Joyce, to Chuck. Welcome to the show. You could be watching any show in the world, but you chose to watch us, and we're so very, very grateful. Today is a very interesting day. You know, I've been out enjoying the beautiful weather, the beautiful sunshine, and today I'm hanging out with a good friend, a co-worker, someone who I've gotten to know, someone who I've learned to respect and honor. She's a brilliant mind, a brilliant person, and just a good all-around person to know. Keela Nicole Potter, how are you doing?
Doing good.
Give me a little something right there. We've known each other for a little while. You are such a dynamic person. We've done some work, and I've watched you. I'm a watcher, and I've watched the way you take over a scenario, where you take over a room, and I noticed something about you today, personally, the effect that you had on me, and I didn't want to share it till just now, but I was working today, and this is the effect that you had on me, the positive change, and I work a lot, and during the working of my hand, I injured my hand really bad, blood squirting, and normally when I hurt myself, I start using very colorful words like Jiminy Crickets and golly gosh, but today, because I knew she was there, I was able to semi-control the use of my colorful language because of your presence. And so I want you to know that's the type of presence that you have on me, and that's not just on me, but some of the other people that we interact with have shared that about you. How'd that happen?
I think I know what you're getting at. My friends, they call me the mom. Is that what you're implying? Maybe just the mother hen?
Calming you. I couldn't cut up.
I guess maybe growing up, we've always been that hospitality kind of family where people would like show up at our house with, uninvited. Sometimes they would even just walk in. So it's always been that way, very inviting. But our presence, I'm glad that I'm able to make that known that I'm there. Thank you.
You mentioned being a mom, someone very special in your life, Miss Kennedy.
Yes.
Share us a little bit about Miss Kennedy.
Little baby Kennedy. Kennedy, she's 4 years old. She has a passport.
Wow.
Yes, and she showed everybody on the plane on our way from Tokyo. Wow. So she's really excited about it. She's fearless. She wants to jump into the deep end when she didn't even take swim lessons.
Wow.
Yeah.
One of those
so
guys.
She's awesome.
Yeah. Not afraid of anything. They think they can swim. They're just they don't even have anything about swimming. They just know that water. Let me go.
That's right, because you teach swim.
Yeah.
Also,
that's amazing. Yeah.
Which I've been encouraging you to continue.
Well, we're thinking about that. I'm actually retired semi/retired swim coach, and every couple of years I get hired back by somebody else. So we'll see how that goes. You're a physical person too. You're a southpaw boxer, if I recall.
I am. I'm a left-hander.
Yeah.
I did boxing for a little while. Even when I was younger, I remember putting on the gloves and kind of playful boxing with my older brother. Wow. And just recently, probably like last year, took some boxing classes, so it was pretty fun.
Yeah, good stuff.
You need lots of cardio.
I can imagine. Yeah.
Pretty.
A lot of my friends, they say that they're into trying to get in shape, or they're trying to go to the gym, they're trying to do all these things. First thing I say, just go get a jump rope and start on a jump rope. Quick, easy, inexpensive, and if you're gonna get a membership for 6 months and you never use it, at least the jump rope you can,
It is. That's really motivating. And the step counters too. I received this for when I finished my master's degree. My family went in on this, and it's also it's a step counter. So and you can compete with your friends and family. Yeah.
Wow,
so it's fun.
Good.
Yeah, it's been pretty motivating.
Yesterday I did 40 flights.
Well, let's not.
I know, right.
Oh, okay.
So, because I tried doing this every time I walked past a parking structure, I would walk up to the 3rd floor.
Wow.
Right. So I did up the 2 blocks. I would just walk all the parking structures. I walk up, and I did 40 floors yesterday. So my legs hurt today. Anyhow, you're also a very educated young lady. You have a bachelor's and a master's degree.
I do.
What are those degrees in?
So I have my bachelor's in just a general communications with emphasis in health. And with that, was moved on to my master's in public health.
Wow, wow. I think we met because of your degree. We met because of that. Your connections, your jobs led us, we met. I always talk about divine appointments. We were scheduled to meet, I don't know why, but we had to meet for a time such as this. We also were sharing about our faith journey. You are a person of faith. You
Yes,
are
sir.
a person of conviction, and I shared that with you because of your convictions and your faith journey. It helped curb my behavior. That's an amazing. That's an amazing commentary on you as a person, and I think that's what the Holy Book is about teaching us how to be better examples.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
think you are an example. How did you meet the Lord? How did you grow in faith?
Well, I think the whole single parent was probably the biggest impact of just the emphasis on why it's so important to have a child in a healthy environment. So even though I feel religion it's not a strong focus as it used to be back in the day, I think that the absence of it probably contributes to divorce rates and single motherness, and so it just brings up the point of not in a hypocritical type of way, but just shows the importance of being married before having children and what have you. So
That's interesting. That's powerful. I
Yeah.
think that's that and many. I think some of I'm an old-fashioned guy. And I think some of those old-fashioned things are missing. I think it's very healthy to have that type of thought. I always say to tell people I don't know or really promote or push one or any other particular religion and say, well, I don't care what you believe in, just believe in something. You have to have
for
faith
sure.
in something.
Yeah.
This is a faith-based show, and I always say, I don't care what you believe in, but I know you believe in yourself.
Wow.
I know that from walking with you and talking with you. I watch the way you take care of individuals and the way you respond and you look deep into their need. And that's you are a person of compassion. So I want to applaud you for that. That's something that's missing in the work that we do. Because of your faith, I think it is. We were having a conversation the other day, and we were talking about this thing that we do, and we do homeless outreach
We do.
for one of the local companies, and I think that that what we do is truly street ministry. We are helping the lost, the lonely, the confused, those who are broken and naked and hurting, those who are lonely and frustrated. I know when they say first responder, we normally think of the police officer,
Yeah.
firefighter, the nurses, doctors, but you are a first responder because when the PD or when the fire department has an issue with a homeless person
Yeah.
or one of our what did the one gentleman? So he was
Residentially challenged.
residentially challenged,
That
Brother Pepe. That's an amazing residentially challenged, and the beautiful people. You just hit a bump in the road, and for some reason they're out on the street, and here you are, as early as 6:30, 7:30 in the morning, helping guys and gals on the
Yeah.
street. That is street ministry. Bless you.
Oh.
Why? Why? Why would someone get up and go do that?
I guess why not? I mean, it's for me. In some of the positions I've been in have been sales and commission and selling cell phones, and it's hard to sell a product when you don't believe in it. And so with the nonprofit sector, which I actually started working in the nonprofit sector because I was 38 weeks pregnant, and the homeless shelter at the time just hired me on while I was in such a state, so I just felt a sense of loyalty. So within doing that, I found my strengths, and they were, the things that I was good at. So I've just stuck with the industry in itself. But trying to sell a product was difficult if you don't believe in it. But helping others I hope, just comes natural.
It is.
to-
It pours out of you.
so
I've
you
seen you
just
at
do
work.
it.
It
Good.
pours out of
Yeah,
you. Yeah,
right?
that's amazing. Your boss, a previous guest on the show, Brother Brad Fieldhouse, was sharing how he was sharing how this this street ministry started in the Long Beach area and Orange County area, and is now sweeping across where it's hands-on help to those in need. Look it up, citynet.org, homeless outreach. Just thank you so much. There's so much more I want to know about you. Working with an organization. So what's next for you? Do you know, or are you just? I mean, what's 4-year, 2-year plan, 5-year plan, 10-year plan?
So the way that I plan my life is basically I journal a lot, and there's this thing that I do. It's after you just kind of write things down, you do a list. So you do blessings, accomplishments, and goals. And it's pretty interesting because a lot of the goals that, and I've been journaling for years, I go back, since 2012, 2013 to see some of my goals, and some of them I'm like, I actually did that. What? And it's kind of neat to see. Yeah. So as far as some of I'll have to go back and read my journal. I'm not too sure.
That's good.
Yeah, for 2 years from now, I want to be, I don't know, a homeowner one of these days, one of these years, maybe. So
I would, this is just me talking. It's my show. I can talk. Right? So this is me. I got a question now. What do you think about the Keela Noel show? I think you could pull off your own show. I'm just saying right here.
I'm bored already. What do we talk about? Can we talk? Will you be a guest?
Yeah, I'd love to be a guest. You could interview me. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I would love to be a guest on your show.
I do it exactly how you're doing it.
You do it like this is this is a great format at Ember Mill Restaurant here in beautiful Santa Barbara on State Street. Very comforting. The food's always good.
We're
they
not
take care of us,
leaving.
right? It's a wonderful location for a show. I could see you right here, shooting your own show and doing it, and having special guests like our cameraman JP on the show, and other great individuals come on the show. We have El Presidente in the middle of La Fiesta. And he would come on, be a guest. You could have all kind of wonderful people. The mayor would come on. I'd see you do it.
These are major dreams.
I could be your hype man.
I'm with it.
Yeah. How long have you been working in the homeless outreach services?
It's about 2016.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there's a calling on you. Something just pulled you this way, huh? Yeah. I can see it. You do have a calling on you. It's an energy, and I think I share this with that we massage people's hopes, and I think because you have that kind of energy, I think that's positive for them.
Yeah. I like to get them to start looking towards the future. And so whether that be whatever motivates them, sometimes it does take, just the right step in the right direction at the right time. So we could be that.
So I know like anything else, it's ups and downs. Any heartbreakers, any give us the best story and the worst story.
Oh man, you really put me on the spot.
This
is the Chuk show. I think he should go
first. Give me the worst story first.
The worst story?
Yeah, the worst story.
I don't think we should discuss that.
The worst story. Oh my goodness. So the reason why I say that because I ask that because in that industry we see both sides of humanity.
Yes.
The care side and the neglect side. And so next time you're out there and you see someone in need, share a smile with them. I've watched Sister Noel, and she has that contagious smile. When people see her coming, they light up. One of the gentlemen that we work with ran at me and said, I'm waiting for your partner today. She's going to help me with some documentation. And so sometimes just getting a signature or getting a smile or a handshake or a cup of coffee makes their day.
Coffee,
so you make a lot of days. You make a lot of days.
You as well.
About how many people do you assist today?
Just in today? Maybe 5 to 10. Yeah.
And over the course of your time working?
I want to say at least 50. I think that's a good number.
I think that's a low number, I think.
Low?
I think that's a low ball number. Because I think you affect not just those who you work with, but someone like me who's observing. And I think you draw others in. It's contagious. You also have you've done some modeling. Um, you're going to be mad by this, but I think you're a super person,
Right.
and you're a model. So I think you're a
Professional.
supermodel.
Right.
Okay. So you're a supermodel, and you've done some shoots. Where all have you been doing your shooting?
Instagram, Chuk. I'm an Instagram model.
Oh my goodness! Well, that's global. That's universal. That's going to be out there. That's like, I don't know what's more than universal. It's way out there.
And I didn't buy my followers, so yeah. I, when I was younger, did some work for hair shows, bridal shows, things that short people can do.
Oh mercy!
Basically, yeah. Promo modeling. Really? Is it funny? And music videos.
Music videos.
Yeah, I was in some music videos.
Good. In the industry, you mix the industry in it.
Yeah.
If
you
there's a
can't
young
blame
person watching the story, of
Okay.
watching the show, there's a young person watching the show and they're thinking about getting into the industry, what would you tell them?
My question is, what time does the show air? Because if the child is up past 11,
Gotcha. Yeah.
then
You
we
would
need to discuss something else.
Well, this is a 13-part series,
Okay.
so we will invite you back to share more about that. But just for the average young person who's watching this show on Channel 17, local access in beautiful city of Santa Barbara, there are children and parents and folks. Maybe there's a parent who's
It's
watching
summertime,
who wants
yeah.
to relay some information. What would you tell that person?
Just school was never really an option for me. I mean, that's not the only route. Obviously, there's vocations and just apply yourself. Yeah, I think that's one of the hardest things to see, or kids and people in general. Like even the people we speak with, just seeing that untouched blessings or just something that they can provide just go to waste.
You're a believer. Is there any particular scripture or text that has your heart? Any particular favorite? Any quotes? Something like that?
Just God is good and He is good all the time.
Yeah. You have a tendency to. The book talks about letting our light shine, and you do that. And I've shared that with you. I've shared it even on the show. You have a tendency to do that. Just your energy. It's very contagious, and so I want to share that with you. Just continue to be that person. It's amazing. When I grow up, I want to be
like me one day?
I want to be like you. I want to be like you. I want to be like you.
Thank you.
I noticed that when we did one of our first encampment cleanups we did, and how some of the guys who were very aggressive seemed to hear you and calm down. That you were really there to support them. And when you have guys that have been systematically abused, that they feel they've been abused by the system, it's difficult to articulate that you are there really trying to help them. And I watched you walk into what could have been a tense situation, and just by speaking their language, calm them down. That's a gift. That's a powerful gift. I want you to know that. That's something you work on. And so, being in the military, that's something you picked, or being a military brat, as we say.
Yeah.
That's something you learned there.
I work on my patience, which working with you has definitely helped too. So sometimes it's the trainers.
Putting up with the kids.
I didn't say that. You have a lot of patience, so that's been something I just always continue to try and I find that. But the military, being a military brat, I guess it's just given me a sense of resiliency. I mean, moving every 2 to 3 years, you get used to change.
Wow. Well, don't go changing anytime soon. We're just excited to know you, excited to call you friend, sister, co-worker. I want to thank you for watching the show. You've been watching Rejoice with Chuk. We have our good friend, sister Keela, Noel Potter. Good friend. You'll be seeing her a lot more. Once again, this is part 1 of a 13-part series. We're going to dive a little deeper next time. Thank you for being on the show. Thank you guys for watching us.